Hey guys, welcome to D-Rock Nation. Today we're gonna do a special dish which is kind of dear to me. It's a dish that we grew up in the islands. Very fortunate to have a chef that catered to us. So, this was one of the dishes that he made for us. It's called steamed chicken with ginger and green onions. And I'm gonna show you how to make it real quick. I suggest get these leg quarters, which are very cost efficient, and it could feed up a family of, I would say, 8 to 10. I'm gonna wash the chicken in cold running water. Just make sure we're making sure that the chicken, really looks nice. Good color. I like to wash it really thoroughly. Put it in a stainless steel bowl on the bottom. Stainless steel bowl underneath. Let's get all the drippings and stuff, making sure that we're not getting this whole prep area cross-contaminated. We're going to get the chicken. Make sure you have 2 different cutting boards. One that's for red meats and chicken, because you don't want to use chicken on the same cutting board as your produce. So what we're going to do is we're going to dress the chicken up. All right, and the way to do that is we're going to turn the chicken over, and we're going to pop out the hip bone just like that, if you can see. And we're going to run the knife along side of the hip bone, pull that away, and we're going to cut this excess skin off like that. Here we go. Okay, now after we separated the leg quarter from the hip bone, we're going to cut most of this fat off, because we're going to use this again, and we're going to make chicken stock. So this dish is a 2-part. We're going to make chicken stock, and we're going to cook the chicken to make our steamed chicken green onions with ginger. And I'm going to show you how to make another dish in a later cooking video of how to use the stock to make many different kinds of soups. So take the skin off. I'm going to get rid of that. Save the H-bone, aka hip bone. There you go. So we got fat and all the skin, the hip bone, and we got the leg quarters, all trimmed, dressed, looking really good, ready to roll. I like using chicken fat in Chinese cuisine. My chef showed me how to use it and flavor it to make fried rice and whatnot. So save this, don't throw it away. We're gonna fry it up, save the skin. You can eat it as crackling, and we're gonna use the fat for other stuff, and that will be in a later video. So we're gonna make stock and cook this chicken up. All right, always wash your hands every time you touch chicken, all right? All right, here we are on the stove. We got the chicken. We got it on high heat. We're gonna bring this up to a rapid boil, and then we're gonna turn it down, and we're just gonna slow simmer. And then we're gonna shut the heat off and let it sit on the stove for about 45 minutes to an hour till it fully cooks. And what that does is allows the chicken to be tender and comes out nice, juicy, and moist without overcooking and tensing the meat up a little bit. So right here I have the skin that we talked about that I'm going to render and get all that delicious fat out. And we're going to use this for cooking. gonna do our stock. Our stock requires 1 whole onion. Just gonna cut it in half. 1 whole garlic. We're going to split that in half as well. No need to peel. And then a knob of chicken. You know how you separate the knob of chicken, like bam, like that. Now I got 2 knobs. I mean, whoopsie. Little too hard. Anyways, now we got 3 and almost broke the tripod. I'm gonna slice it. Garlic, onion, hip bones in the pot, chicken in the pot. I want you to see the pot. So everything's in there. Just place the chicken, make sure you got enough room for all the chicken in there. We're gonna fill this up with water. Just enough to cover the chicken. One of my favorite seasonings is the ONO Hawaiian seasoning. Roughly about 2 tablespoons. We got, again, recap, we got onions, garlic, ginger, water, ONO sea salt, hip bone, and chicken. We're gonna cook this down. And give it a good stir. Make sure nothing's sticking on the bottom. Make sure everything's nice and loose. And one thing I did forget is to add the peppercorns. And usually it's like about a teaspoon of black peppercorns, and that adds a nice little earthy flavor. All right, guys, we're going to prep the ginger and the scallions, which is the main components for this dish. So basically, we're going to peel the ginger using a spoon. Just slice. I suggest use all the green onions, the white parts. We're going to trim the little roots off. We don't like roots. That chicken fat going. Ooh, yeah. You want to render this off, turn it to like liquid butter, or as they would say, schmaltz. Awesome. Oh, strain the soup. All right, guys, this is what the chicken looks like when it comes out of the pot. Fully cooked. Looks beautiful. Smells gorgeous. Here's our chicken stock. Chicken stock we're gonna use. I'm gonna show you another video how to make egg drop soup. We got black pepper, Hawaiian sea salt, sugar, soy sauce. I like to use grapeseed oil because it doesn't have a distinctive flavor. And then I have sesame oil, which we're gonna heat up, and that's gonna be the finale, which we're going to splash it on top of the chicken, and that's gonna make it sizzle. All right, guys, before we get to the grand finale, I just want to shout out a toast to Yogi, Mia, the rest of the family. Cheers. Cheers. Gotta get you some of these. Oh yeah, baby. Whiskey. Get yourself this decorative plate, which looks like shit, but you know what? I don't care. Give a fuck. We're just gonna put the food on there. But it'll work. Ceramic. All right, guys, I'm gonna start prepping this up for finishing off this dish. But before we do, when you're my age, you gotta do stretches. Let's stretch. All right, we're done. Okay, I'm going to start chopping up the chicken. Big serving size pieces. If you're not into bone-in chicken, then you know you can use chicken breast, boneless, chicken thighs, boneless. But in our family, we're savages, so we like the bone-in. All right, see that? Chicken all laced up. So we're gonna heat up sesame oil, some grape seed oil till smoking point, and then we're gonna splash it on top. Waiting, we're gonna mix the green onions and the scallion. You're just gonna place it just like that on top. All right, you might think that's a lot, but it's not, because you're going to, once you hit it with the oil, it's going to render, it's going to wilt. And what the oil does, it releases all the flavors, all that aromatic, and it just makes it super amazing. It's so simple. That's why we love this dish so much. Oil is almost ready. Sesame oil. Soy sauce, a little bit of sugar, balance off that saltiness, pinch of the Hawaiian sea salt, ONO, a couple of pinches, I love black pepper, 2 pinches of black pepper, alright, fuck it, I lied, 3, and that's it. Now if you were here, smell this. It's like ginger, scallions, chicken. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. Oh yeah. I can hear that Katy Perry song, Fireworks, right now. Sizzle. My nizzle. Look at that. Basically, it cooks the ginger and the green onions. Look. I like to put like at least a half a cup of broth on top. Finish off with some sesame seeds. And there you have it, folks. Our steamed chicken, green onions, which is our family favorite. It's been in our family for ages, even before my kids were born. This is what I was raised up on, and this is why we love this dish so much. So what we're gonna do, in a pot, pour the sauce in. I know y'all thinking like that's a lot of oil, but in Asian cuisine, they use oil as a flavoring agent, and basically, you know, when you add like shallots, chilies and whatnot, adds a lot of flavor. Now we're gonna get all that. We're gonna mix it up real quick. Woo, good. Pour back on. Done. Now we're gonna plate it. Rice upside down, like that. I like dark meat, chicken thighs. So I suggest to plate your preference, what you like on your plate. I'm on a diet, so I like to reduce what I usually eat, and that's the new me. Look at that. Top off our chicken with the green onions and the scallions. So this sauce is not just oil. It has grapeseed oil, sesame seed oil, a soy sauce, and chicken broth. You got a lot of umami going on in this dish. I'm gonna put fukaki everywhere. Remember, this ain't bukkake. Fukaki, but it's like bukkake, it's everywhere. There we go. Here we go. Going in for the first bite. Look at that chicken. Super tender. Bomb. Green onions, soy sauce, packed with flavor. Amazing. So I love this dish so much. Can I get it? Oh yeah. Let's finish this dish off. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you for joining us.